Thanks for tuning in. Today I'll be shooting the biggest PAPIO I've ever seen. Hope you enjoy the video. As always, starting off the video with a little bit of taco action right here. This dive was pretty awesome. We got, I believe, 5 taco. And my wife is so amazing. She makes this incredible taco pasta, octopus pasta, that we eat at our Bible Talk discussions on Monday night, QKC, 6 p.m. Come if you want some food and spiritual food, learn about the Word of God. You know, today, this dive was super incredible. We got taco, we got cole, we got a giant PAPIO, a giant nanui, some omilu, and then even a catch and cook. So stay tuned till the end. It's gonna be an awesome video. Guys, if you're subscribed, thank you so much for your support. And if you're not subscribed, that's cool. I just want to encourage you, read your Bibles. I would way rather have people read their Bible than be subscribed to my channel. All right, let's get into it. Dropping down on some cole. When I go dive, I like to have my buoy, my dive flag. You guys know that since I got ran over by a boat for not having a buoy. Always bring out your buoy. But I hook up my 3-prong to my buoy. And when I'm hunting for bigger fish, I take my gun. And then when I'm going for cole, I find a nice cole spot. I throw that gun up on the buoy, take my 3-prong, and just load up my kui with some cole. So my dive buddies right here, just expert fishermen. Man, you guys know these guys. They're always catching. Cruising along. And there's one he sees pop. Just gonna blast it right there, come on up, and as always, his belt is just filled with fish. Here we got a nice school of nanui coming right up. I look at him, I try and get a big one, take a shot, hit him, but got him in the gut, so he just flails around a little bit, rips off, and now I'm thinking to myself, man, I should have been a little bit more patient. Okay, this dive is pretty unique because I'm diving with my 3-prong and my spear gun. Right here, I drop my spear gun because I see some cole, and I usually just choose one or the other. I usually just choose to dive with my 3-prong and put the spear gun on the buoy, or I dive with my spear gun and I put my 3-prong on the buoy. Here, I'm just diving down with both, and I'm going for some cole, but then I see this fat monster red uhu in the back. So I'm about to go for these cole, and you can see right there in the center of the screen in the back, this fat uhu, and he's coming in pretty close, but I just got my 3-prong. So I'm using a lot of energy, which means I'm using a lot of oxygen, but I go back for my spear gun, drop that 3-prong, get my spear gun, and luckily I had a really good breathe up right here. So now I'm grunting, trying to scratch the reef, making a little lunge forward and wait for him to turn broadside. Boom! Man, I don't know what happened. Any other day would have shot that guy, but I've just been missing these uhus left and right. Right here again. Nice, easy shot for this 115 roller, and boom, hit him and he wiggles off. I've just been missing uhu all kinds lately. So I'm excited to get back at it and start putting some uhu back on the dinner table. Here again, I'm diving with the 3-prong and the gun, just because I was taking so many dives with the guns and the cole were just coming right up to me. So I figured, okay, I could shoot some cole or shoot some fish, and I find this nice structure, hide right behind, start grunting. I was hoping to call in these moo, but this monster nanui comes right in and just shows the importance of finding a great hiding spot. In order to get these fish, you just gotta find an awesome hiding spot. There are other techniques You could dive bomb on fish. You could even shoot some fish from the surface if you're in shallow water. But if you find a great hiding spot, that increases your chances of getting a fish by like 10. It's so much easier if you just breathe up, find a good hiding spot, dust, grunt, and the fish come right in. This dive is so aggravating to watch. So I dive down, I find a hiding spot, I'm grunting. There's these moo in the back. You can see the nanui swimming around, but I'm hoping to get one of these moo. So whenever I hunt moo, I try not to look at them. So I'll look down, I'll dust, I'll grunt. And they kind of teleport. When you look down and then you look back up, they're a little bit closer. So usually what I do with moo is I look down and I grunt and I scratch the reef. And then I do a little lunge. Now here when I lunge, my chest hits the reef and it spooks the fish. He's right there. I lunge, hit the reef, spook the fish, and then it's too far gone and never get a chance on him again. Bummer. Here's another missed uhu. Usually I dive bomb uhu like a little bit away and they turn broadside, give me a shot just like this guy's doing. I hit him, but their meat is so soft. If you don't get a good shot, like a gill plate shot, head shot, center of the body shot, it's just gonna rip off. Now this dive, this actually taught me something really important. So I see an amilu and I'm trying to do taco fingers, grunting, trying to call him in. Now I know amilu like flashers, they like shiny things, and this guy just doesn't come in. But as soon as I get to the bottom and I start scratching the reef, he turns around and beelines it straight for me. It's kind of hard to see, you'll see here in a second, but he turns around, he comes straight in, he turns broadside and gives me a perfect shot, and I get to take home a nice sashimi fish. Ooh, perfect stone shot right there. That looks so awesome. Just in case I haven't missed enough uhu, here's another clip of an easy shot that I just missed. I don't know if I'm not looking down the barrel. I mean, I'm hitting other fish, but these uhu are just giving me a hard time. So I'm waiting behind this reef, grunting, dusting, comes right in. I lunge, take a shot, nick him, and miss him. All right, here it is. This is probably the reason you clicked on this video. So right below me is an alua house. Now I didn't see any alua in here, but I saw some massive PAPIO. I saw some nanui cruising by. I actually dropped down to get this nanui, but as I'm diving down, I see these flash of what I think is an alua. I just creep under and I see all these like 5 to 7 pound PAPIO. You can see it if you look real close. There's like 20 of them in there. I look at the biggest one, take my shot. Some of them swim out, you'll see right here. Boom, those guys are massive. And this thing just starts swimming. That's what happens when you don't hit a stone shot. Now, if that wasn't a lure, my shaft would be bent. It might cut my monoline. Luckily, it's just a huge PAPIO. Now, PAPIOs are just aluas that are under 10 pounds. Some people say 20 pounds, but if a PAPIO is over 10 pounds, it's an alua. Omilus are the ones that have the blue fins, like what you've seen in the last clip. So here's a fat PAPIO, and this thing is going to make some delicious fish tacos. And I'm gonna call my buddy over for him to get one of his own. Look at that thing. You can see the eye starting to get real big. But that was an awesome catch, the catch of the day for me. So I call my buddy over Little did I know, he already knew about this spot. This guy has this whole grounds locked down. So he goes under, takes a shot, same thing, hits one. It starts flailing around. Now, I didn't get the clip, but when he goes down to retrieve it, his monoline, because his gun's stuck down there, his monoline gets stuck on his kui or his belt full of fish, and he gets in a life-threatening situation where he has to cut his monoline. And maybe I should talk about that for a little bit. You know, you could always drop your weight belt, but my buddy was super aware of his surroundings. So he just took his knife out, cut his monoline, and really saved his own life. And I was there watching him, being a good dive partner, ready to dive down and cut it, but he had already had it all under control. But really a life-threatening situation when you shoot these fish and go in these caves. I'm just glad that I got an experienced expert dive buddy that knows what to do in these difficult situations. So also important to note, if he knows what to do when he's in that situation of a life-threatening situation, I can rely on him to know what to do when I'm in that life-threatening situation. He's an awesome dive buddy, can save my life if I get caught under there. So that's important to have great dive buddies that know what to do and don't freak out when they get in these critical situations, because the truth is a lot of people die spearfishing. So it's important to have really great dive buddies. This clip is so cool. Man, my buddy's diving down, just got some fat fish on his kui. This is what happens when you pray before you get in the water. God just allows you to be successful. And we're gonna be able to feed our friends and our family with this catch that God allowed us to have. So now that my buddy's gun has no monoline hooked up to it or no shooting line, he shoots this Polani and there's nothing attached to it. So he's got to go down and retrieve the shaft. And he literally got a fish without having any line attached to it. Pretty impressive. What's up, guys? Kittens are getting bigger here. The Lord blessed us with an awesome catch. So with this bad boy, we're gonna make some fish tacos. We got about 5 pounds of taco right here. We're gonna make some taco pasta. Nice PAPIO, gonna make some sashimi. And lastly, a nice nanui, and this is gonna make some nanui poke. Thanks for tuning in. Never got the filleting of the PAPIO and omilu on camera, but here's the result: some fried fish tacos. And we're gonna fillet this nanui to make some poke right here. All right, we got our awesome poke right here. All you gotta do to make this is take that fish, add some poke mix, sesame oil, pepper, sriracha, and onions, add some rice, and you're gonna have an incredible, incredible meal. If you made it this far, thanks so much for the support. Just wanna encourage you guys, seek God. seek God with all your heart. You know, the arm of the Lord is not too short to save. Isaiah 59:1. Nor his ear too dull to hear. I think sometimes we think we're too far from God, or we're too much of sinners, or God won't accept us. God does call us to change our life. True. God does call us to live a holy life and imitate Jesus. Anyone who claims to live in him must walk as Jesus did, 1 John 2:6. But you're not too far gone. Seek God. Today's the day. Seek him with all your heart. Come back to God. Maybe a religious person hurt you. Maybe you've been hurt by church. You know, McDonald's can mess up our order 101 times. We still go back. But you get hurt at church one time, and then you never come back. Some people are just not hungry enough for the word. I really believe that no one's too far gone. So seek God, but when you seek God, you got to seek him with all your hearts. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Have a great day.